What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having a great day out there. So today we will be working with my father. We're going to hear what his impressions are of the Tundra after his first 1,000 miles of ownership. So let's take it over to his house and hear what he thinks. Please enjoy.
All right, fire away. Well, here we are. Welcome, Tundra dudes and dudettes. Today we're going to talk about my 2-month, 1,000 mile experience with the new Tundra. Vehicle's got 1,000 miles on it now. I did about 400. Mark did the other 600 in all his videos. So I'm trying to give you the best experience I have for the time I've had the truck. But I just want to welcome you to Jersey Shore on a cloudy, rainy day. 1 block to the beautiful Barnegat Bay, and 1 block to the magnificent Atlantic Ocean. So let's get on with it. Let's talk about this beast here that this truck is all about. Just a little background. This is my 4th Toyota truck. The 3 were Tacomas. This is my first full size. And the only other thing I have to compare it with, as far as full size, was the Ram that I just traded in. That I got in 2015. So I got to use that kind of for a comparison because I don't have any other experience except for, I mean, I've driven Fords, full-size Chevys for work and stuff like that. But I'm talking about the vehicle that I'm most familiar with. So that's how we're going to make the comparison. That's how we got to do it. And listen, I'm not a fanboy. I don't care. I'm not all Toyota, Ram, Chevy's the best. Chevy's the best. No, Ram is the best. I don't give a crap about J.D. Powell, okay? I'm going to tell you what I think as Marty Farrell, okay? Not J.D. Powell. I'm the one driving it. They're not. So here we go. Let's start with this truck. Beautiful truck. I like the way it looks. It feels bigger than the Ram. I like all all the fittings on it. Everything fits well. Everything closes well. Everything feels well. It's quiet when I drive it. It just feels like a well put together vehicle. And you got to remember one thing. These are just my opinions, nobody else's. So I don't want you putting in the comments, that man is senile, he has to go to a home or anything like that. My opinion, okay? So that's just the way it is. I like the chrome on it, believe it or not. You know why I like the chrome? I like the visibility. It's a big truck, but it's not very bright. It'll blend in the background, the color. But with the chrome grille, I'm all for visibility, okay? Especially today with distracted driving and stuff like that. And that's another reason why I like a bigger truck, because of all this distracted driving. I don't want to drive a small vehicle. I want to have the best chance of surviving when I have an idiot come after me because they got a text saying I'm on my way. So that's outside of the truck, and those are the things. I haven't put in a bed liner yet. I'm considering that. One of the things I do want to do 100% is the remote start. I like that. I missed that from the Ram. The Ram had that remote start. First time I ever had it. Didn't think I'd use it that much. It's the best. You know, you can start your car from the house, from the store, or wherever, and just come out and get in, as opposed to coming out, starting the truck, going inside, waiting for it to warm up, or getting your stuff, and then coming out. You're wasting 2 trips. So that's what I love about the remote start. Okay, here we go. Remember in the first video I said we have some get used to's? Well, there was a lot of get used to's in this truck for me, as far as different things I had to get used to. One of the things with these buttons and these mirror buttons down here on the left-hand side by my knee. But what I found out was they're set them and forget them, okay? Very seldom you're going to reset your mirrors. I know what my trunk, my cargo light's going to be on. I have it set up for that. I don't use the rear window that much, and I'm not going to adjust my headlights because I just don't think I need that. On the other side, by my right knee, is also set them and forget them. You got your parking assist and your traction control and your tow haul. So no big deal there. I like the gauge cluster. I like the things that are in it, okay? It's not as complete as the Ram. The Ram had some good stuff in there. But they had good stuff in there, like if you were towing, it would tell you your transmission temperature and your oil temperature. But I tow a boat 1 block down the street and maybe 8 miles to my dealer to get it fixed. So I'm not really worried about that. One thing this has, and that I like a lot, and I wouldn't have bought the truck if it didn't have it, is the air tire pressure monitor. In one fall season, I air up and down these tires 30, 40, 50 times maybe, from 35 pounds to 17, and then from 17 back up to 35. I do this on a daily basis, and it makes it so convenient that I can look on the gauge panel and see if my tire gauge is correct, or I can make small adjustments as I go along. That for me was a make it or break it deal on that. I wouldn't have a truck or a vehicle without that now. Okay, so that's good. Steering wheel, nice and smooth, comfortable. A lot easier than the Ram. I don't know why, just seems easier to me. I like it a lot, less effort. And I got this super cool steering wheel cover everybody always asks about. The E-Tune, what's it called? The
N-Tune.
N-Tune, okay. It's not as complete as the Ram. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, on these buttons here for the heat, defrost, the modes, and the fan and all that, they're flat buttons. I wish they were round, so that I could, without looking down, I could feel which one I have and just move left and right. They're all flat, okay? So I actually had to take my eyes off the road and look, see if I want the fan less, the temperature less, or anything along that line. It's like Braille. You have to look at it to actually figure out where you are with it if you're going to do anything, and that means taking your eyes off the road. Not a fan, but it's more for me like I set it and forget it. I'm not too big into changing the temperatures and all that stuff. As far as the dual climate control, I always have it on sync, okay? So whatever the driver's side is, the passenger side is. And for me, that's the biggest joke of all. These people that push off this dual climate control, I'm a foot away from this guy. I have mine at 70, and he has his at 73. Oh my God, do you think that's going to make a difference? Hell no. It's going to mix and make it 72. So what the hell? Dual climate. If you were in the back and had dual climate control, that would be awesome because you're going to get your own temperature. But not when I'm sitting 1 foot from you, and then we're both getting the same. Crazy. It's a gimmick, and that's why I always have it on sync. So okay, but here's the deal with the Ram now. I'm going to go right back to the Ram. In the Ram, I could push the talk button and ask the vehicle, change driver temperature to 68 degrees. And it would say changing driver temperature to 68 degrees. And boop, it would just change it for me. Change passenger to 72. Changing passenger to 72. That was really a convenient thing, okay? Didn't have to take my eyes off the road. I can do everything voice command. Everything in the Ram was voice command, okay? And that in a way is a good thing. That in a way could be a bad thing, okay? Because everything is more complex and more detailed. But that's, like I said, I'm just telling you the way it is. That's my thing with that. Now, the knob in the Ram, opposed to the gear shift knob. I like the knob, but you know what? I love the gear shift knob now that I'm back to it. I've actually used it to shift the gears. I kept it in the gear mode, and I drove it around for a couple of weeks with just shifting my own gears, just to see if there was a difference in the gas mileage. And not really, but it was interesting to do. It was fun to do. But I definitely like the gear shift knob. It's a lot better, and I'm not reaching for the big knob anymore. So that's all washed out of my system. What else we got here? Oh, here. If we ever have a nuclear war, here's what we're going to do. I'm getting my family together, all right? And I'm putting everybody in here because you could fit in there. I mean, it's just one big giant box. They don't break it up. They don't separate it. Jesus, put a piece of separation in there so we can actually use it, so I don't have to look for something and dig down through 25 feet of material, or my tire gauges right down here, my deflators, or my binoculars, okay, my Dramamine, my stuff. It's just too damn big. It's good, way too big. All right, comfort, love it. First time with leather. I think it's comfortable. The back seat is really cool. The storage thing back there is cool. The ride, a little stiff. Okay, I'm going from the Ram now, coilovers, to this thing here who has, I guess, leafs, right? Mm-hmm. Leaf springs. And there's definitely a difference, all right? But I'm getting used to it. Just getting used to it, okay? But that was definitely a getting used to thing. It was a whole different experience between coilovers and leaf springs. Okay, so I'm used to this now, and I like it. When I first started driving it, I was missing gear 7 and 8. I'm sorry, that's just the way it was. When I was driving it, it would move through the gears. I get to 7 and 8. Seemed faster, seemed stronger, but one of those things again, right? Got to get used to. Now I love it. I don't care how many gears. I'm used to it. I'm used to the sound. I'm used to the feeling. Okay, I was coming from one truck to another truck, and you wouldn't think there'd be that much of a difference between vehicles, but there is. There really is. Turning's different. Everything's different, and you have to get used to the vehicle you're coming from and going to. As simple as that. Okay, so that was one thing. The towing. I towed my boat. Now, I had to go back to the Ram. When I towed the boat with the Ram, I had to remind myself while I was towing it from up north someplace, up in Manchester, that, ooh, slow down, you got a boat behind you. You got a boat on you, okay? And I had to keep reminding myself that because it felt like I had nothing. When I towed this up to my dealer about 9 miles from here, I was like, I really can feel this. And I couldn't figure out why, you know? And I was playing with the gears, I was playing with the shifting. I just didn't know. But you know what it was? It was gear 7 and 8. It's as simple as that. I was missing gear 7 and 8. But now when I tow it, because I'm used to the vehicle now, I'm used to how it works, how it sounds, how it runs, there's no big deal, okay? I haven't used tow haul. Is that what it's called, tow haul? I haven't used the tow haul button at all. And I probably never will. I don't travel that far.
We're going to do a video on that.
Oh, we're doing a video on that. Okay. Anyway, I don't travel that far. Okay, like I said, 1 block to my boat ramp here, and 6 miles, 7, 8 miles to my dealer, and technically, I'm good to go. So that's that part. Let me see, what else do I like here? I never put the back seats down, hardly ever, except when I take him to dinner. They're always up. I don't really need them. The bed, I like the bed. I love the bed mat. The bed mat is really cool. Nothing slides around on it. It was really neat. So I'm going to do a little experiment and see if I can get away without actually putting a bed liner in it. I don't carry a lot. I carry a lot of fishing gear. I carry a kayak, plastic, but no heavy duty tools or stuff like that. Stuff that, yeah, I don't see really a big problem with. I can see a problem, and I'm going to investigate whether I can just get like a tailgate. I want to see if I can get a tailgate cover, because there's certain things that'll fit on that tailgate. Yeah. Like I'll usually put a towel down so I can slide something up or anything like that. But a tailgate, I may want that. I may want that covered, and you know, you never know. I may decide all of a sudden just one day to go line exit or something like that. You never know. But that's my experience with that. I like the 20-inch tires. I like how they look. I like the way the outside of the truck looks. I'm used to the 20 inches. That's what the Ram had. All the gauges and everything are pretty simple, and that's one of the things that I love about the Tundra. It's simple. It really is. It's not a lot of complications. I had paired my phone up, no problem. I put on like my iHeartRadio and Pandora or whatever it is, no problem. Already paired up, no problem. But there's one thing I had to laugh at, and I talk to Mark about it all the time. I says, this is the 21st century. Who in the hell, what car company is still giving you a CD player for a 2018 vehicle in this day and age? I have no idea.
What are you trying to say?
Has anybody listened to Uncle Cracker lately? Excellent CD.
Oh. I think I have that in the book.
Anyway, the CD player. I mean, come on. They don't want to change it because it's going to cost them money. That's the whole deal with that. I did a little research yesterday. They really don't sell a lot of Tundras. If you go and look for a 10-year period, they don't sell a lot of Tundras. They don't sell near as many as they do Fords and Chevys. And I also checked what the resale values are, and the Tundra is number 2 out of the 10 most. The Tacoma being 1, Tundra is 2, and the 4Runner is 3. Jesus, you can't beat that. But why it's number 2 is because they don't make a lot of them, and then all of a sudden people want to buy them when they're secondhand or a used vehicle and they're not around. That keeps the market up, and they are a pretty well-made and dependable vehicle. And that's what I'm going with. That's what my decision was when I first bought it, when I talked to Mark about it, when I was changing out. The thing that turned me off from the Ram was right away when I first bought it. We've talked about this before, and think, is that when I first bought it and I went under the back seat to get out a tow strap, I noticed that all my cargo holes were full of water. I mean, full of water, 4 or 5 inches deep. And I'm like, where the heck did that come from? So I emptied them out, cleaned them out, dried them out, and just let it be. Next big rainstorm, I went out, boom, same thing. I was leaking from either the window or the antenna. I didn't know where, but I went right back to the dealership. And when it got there, listen, 4 times. 4 times it went to the dealership before it was fixed. I did research on it, and it's a common problem. If you research rear window leaking on the Ram, oh my God, there's a lot of them. If they know this problem exists, fix it. And this is the reason why I didn't go back to Ram. From it was only the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, and I knew I wasn't going back to Ram because they had an existing problem and they were ignoring it. And it took them so long to actually fix the problem I had. Okay, so I was worried about the quality. I was worried about longevity. This may be the last vehicle I probably own for a long, long time. I don't know. In summation, here's the deal. Are there better trucks out there than this truck? Absolutely 100%. But in my opinion, this is the truck I like. This is the truck I want. When I get in this truck, I feel like it has reliability, dependability, and drivability. Okay? So the Ford may be better, the Chevy may be better for this guy or that guy. For me, this is the truck that I'm most dependable with. This one I'm most comfortable with right at this time. And this is the one I think I want to take to the end. I want to run this thing out. I've only put in 1,000 miles in 2 months, so I expect to have this for a long, long time. And if it doesn't disappoint me and the gas prices don't go crazy, we'll be doing a lot more videos of this vehicle on the beach and towing the vehicle and everything like that. Other than that, I got nothing to say. So I want you all to have a great day. Don't say I'm a crazy old coot, because I'm not. And let Mark take it over from here.
All right, and there you have it. There is his impressions after his first 1,000 miles in a Tundra. Seems to like it, so that's a good thing. There's definitely some constructive criticism there, but that's exactly what we want, and that's exactly what this channel is about. So make sure you comment below the video and let us know what you think. I also will be doing a first 1,000 miles on his truck, coming from someone who has owned 5 Tundras. I do have some things to say about his truck. We will do that soon, but this was his show. I hope you enjoyed. Again, comment below the video with anything you may have. Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34, TundraDude34@gmail.com. You guys have a great evening.